Hey guys, it's Bruno Gia back here for another What If video. Today we're doing What If Naruto had the power of the four cardinal heroes, part 5. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure to read the description below and please like and subscribe. All it is just one tap. Well, technically 2 taps if you do both of them. But just make sure to like and subscribe, please. Anyways, let's roll on with the What If video. Naruto would be going to the academy for the graduation exam. As the graduation exam started, Sasuke would smirk at Naruto, telling Naruto not to fail this time, which Naruto would just smirk back and told Sasuke he would be losing his Rookie of the Year position. As though Naruto was stronger than Sasuke in this timeline, Sasuke still kept ahead of Naruto due to the past year's grades, though Naruto was at a close second amongst the class. Naruto would then go in for the examination. The first one was kunai throwing, which Naruto aced. The second one was taijutsu, which Naruto fought Mizuki, who instead of holding back to normal getting level, Mizuki went full out tuning, which caused Naruto to destroy Mizuki by not going easy on him. Actually, Naruto even used the sword skill along with the power-up punch, which Mizuki got as a broken bone or two. And the final test, the ninjutsu test, Naruto would be able to learn the clone jutsu in the amount of time due to the four cardinal heroes' ability. Naruto just has to do a quick chant in his mind to use it, as Naruto would use the clone jutsu. Naruto would then see the class grades and he and Sasuke tied in first place. But what really surprised him was that Sakura also got Kunoichi of the Year. Naruto knew that with the training sessions with Hinata and Sasuke, that Hinata and taijutsu could match Sasuke and even sometimes beat Sasuke and even tie with him a few times, as Hinata's taijutsu was nothing to joke at. Naruto would ask why, but was cut off by Iruka, who said that due to the year's mark, Naruto was only tied with Sasuke, though if Naruto had gone with this all throughout the year, Naruto would have been able to get a higher score than Sasuke. But Naruto quickly corrected Iruka by saying why was Sakura the Kunoichi of the year. And Sakura would then say, Naruto, I'm the Kunoichi of the year because I'm better than you. You should already know that. As Iruka would then say, well, Hinata was close, but due to the fact that Sakura scored more academically, Sakura scored above Hinata. Naruto would then reply angrily by saying, so what'll she do? Talk her opponent to death by repeating what happened to Madara and Hashirama? Or what would she do? Why don't you just make it a practical exam like missions? And Ruka would then say, well, Naruto, but before Ruka can finish, the Hokage step into the room just by coincidence. Or is it a coincidence? Hiruzen would then tell Iruka that maybe they should do this instead, as the third Hokage would say that the last tuning exams wasn't in Konoha, so they could use the tuning exams arena being modified a bit for the new exam, as Iruka would try to protest, but the Hokage Hiruzen would destroy all protests, as Hiruzen would then tell everyone to meet him at the tuning exam arena in 2 days. Everyone would arrive and Hiruzen would explain the rules. Hiruzen would explain that it'll be a battle royale with when someone's knocked unconscious, they're eliminated. Though they can surrender by using a flare. As Hiruzen would then begin it, as Naruto would be charged at by 5 civilians trying to team up on him. Naruto would easily avoid the attacks and kick one to the ground. Another tried to land a punch on Naruto, who just blocked it and landed one in their stomach. The other 3 threw flashed at Naruto, who avoided everything and countered. Naruto would then use the bow's ability to grant him more speed, and Naruto would easily take them down. Meanwhile, with Sasuke, somewhat of the same thing was going on, except Shino was surrounding him with bugs, after Sasuke had just taken down 2 civilians. Shino would then try to absorb Sasuke's chakra, as Shino realized that if Sasuke managed to continue, due to the Uchiha clan's fire style, he needed to catch Sasuke off guard and absorb his chakra. Otherwise, there was no way for him to win. As Sasuke would begin to get his chakra absorbed, Sasuke would activate his Sharingan and would jump into the air, activating a lightning-style jutsu around his body, shocking himself along with the bugs on him, though the bugs on him took the brunt of the attack and died. Shino would then try to surround Sasuke and bugs again, only to have a fireball shot at him, though Shino quickly dodged it with a body flicker. Since the body flicker is likely a B-rank jutsu, and I think Shino would know it, since Shino should have been taught it. Seems pretty simple. Put chakra, use chakra, and move at fast pace in front of you. Sounds pretty simple, and it's a bug shunshin or body flicker. So yeah, it should be easier for Shino if it's a bug body flicker. Sasuke would then appear behind Shino punching him, but Shino would turn into bugs, revealing that it was a bug clone. As Shino would then begin to surround Sasuke with bugs, Sasuke would realize that he's fallen for a trap, as Shino would then say, "Ninja art, bug sphere," as Sasuke would be completely surrounded in a sphere of bugs. Having nearly all of his chakra drained, Sasuke would expel as much chakra as possible in a fire affinity, driving off nearly all the bugs. Though then, Sasuke would see no one being there. As he punched Shino, Shino would revert to an illusion. As Sasuke would realize, Shino was just weakening him. As then, we move on to Hinata, who would have Sakura matching her. Sakura would then tell Hinata to just give up, But Hinata would then think, no, Naruto-kun believes in me. I won't lose now. As Hinata would quickly appear behind Sakura and would deliver a palm strike as Sakura would try to land a punch on Hinata, who easily dodged as Hinata realized that Sakura was pathetic compared to her. Hinata had been comparing herself to her clan, not the other academy students. This gave Hinata a even bigger confidence boost to make it like just below a normal person's confidence, as Hinata would prepare to use a 32 palms. Hinata would then say 2 palms, 4 palms, 8 palms, 16 palms, 32 palms. As Hinata would land 17 of the 32 palms directly, and the rest only missed by a small margin, as Sakura was knocked unconscious. Ino, seeing this, would try to defeat Hinata quickly with her mind-body switch technique, as she had seen that Hinata quickly dispatched of Sakura, who Ino considered a rival. And Ino, still thinking Hinata's confidence was next to none, tried to use the mind-body transfer jutsu, only to be defeated in the mind by Hinata, who thought of Naruto believing in her and then believed in herself, managing to defeat Ino in her mind, which repelled Ino, allowing Hinata to see where Ino was on a nearby rock, taking Ino out as well. As then we move back to Naruto, who at the moment was currently fighting Choji and Shikamaru. Naruto was dodging Shikamaru's shadows that came every once in a while, as Choji then used a human bullet tank to shoot towards Naruto, who then switched to the sword and used the power-up punch to counter the force of Shino's bullet tank, though was pushed back. As Choji's rotation began to stop, Naruto would then take out the Uzumaki chakra bow, shooting the second skill using a storm of chakra arrows, as Choji used the human boulder jutsu, reflecting most of them but being taken down by a few of them. As Shikamaru seeing this, also seeing an opening, as Naruto was in the shadows, sticking on a rooftop. Well, not on it, but like sticking below it. As Shikamaru caught Naruto in the shadow possession, Shikamaru would say, "Give up, Naruto. Our kunai patches are at different spots. I can end it here." As Naruto would then smirk and would say, "Oh, can you?" As the Naruto Shikamaru was holding popped, revealing itself to be a chakra clone. As Naruto would appear behind Shikamaru and would punch Shikamaru or chop Shikamaru on the neck, taking him down. Meanwhile, Sasuke had been fighting, Kiba, who was working with Akamaru. As Akamaru and Kiba would use the Fang over Fang, but Sasuke would use the Fireball Jutsu, though Kiba and Akamaru, having prepared, managed to use the fire to their advantage, making a double flaming Fang over Fang. As Sasuke would be surprised, he was shocked. He had used the rest of his chakra in that attack. He couldn't even use the Sharingan anymore. As Sasuke would prepare to dodge it, but would still be hit by it somewhat. As Sasuke would try to ignore the pain. Using Ninja Wire, Sasuke would quickly capture Kiba and would try to attack, but Akamaru would attack Sasuke first, as Kiba managed to use the rope escape jutsu to escape from the ninja wire, as Sasuke managed to knock out Akamaru. Kiba and Sasuke would then fight in taijutsu, Sasuke having a hell lot of a difficulty, as Sasuke would be knocked back, as Sasuke was bleeding somewhat, as Kiba would say, just give up, Sasuke. Shino already took the rest of your chakra without enhancing yourself. With a Sharingan, you can't win. Kiba taunted, and Sasuke would say, Kiba, every time we fight in taijutsu, you remember who wins? I do, and this won't be any different. As Kiba would say, well, it will be, man, 4 legs technique. As Kiba would then get stronger and get even more animalistic features, matching Sasuke in strength and surpassing him in speed. Sasuke would then focus on where Shikamaru was, and then even without the Sharingan, he could see where Kiba was moving. As Kiba was in front of Sasuke in a matter of seconds, as Sasuke would smirk and would kick Kiba into the air. As Sasuke would say, well, I haven't really tried this one, but I've heard of a certain taijutsu move. As Sasuke would use the Lion's Barrage on Kiba, using the shadow dance thing. I forgot what it was called. Dancing Shadow. I think that was what it was called. Anyway, Sasuke would use it, then use the Lion's Barrage on Kiba. I mean, using the Dancing Leaf Shadow to follow Kiba into the air. Then use the Lion's Barrage on Kiba, taking him out. As the Hokage, Hiruzen would actually be impressed by this little show so far. As Naruto and Sasuke would meet in battle, while Hinata and Shino also met in battle. As Hiruzen realized that this was gonna be somewhat intense for academy students, it would likely be on the level of a tuning battle. Iruka was somewhat shocked at what his students managed to do. Hinata managed to defeat Sakura and Ino. Sasuke, even while getting nearly all of his chakra absorbed, managed to beat Kiba and Akamaru. And Naruto managed to beat Choji and Shikamaru easily, along with multiple other civilians, with ease. As Sasuke and Naruto would see each other and would begin to fight, they seemed even in taijutsu until Naruto kicked it up a notch and began to use chakra, as Sasuke was being mocked away like he was nothing. Though Sasuke would quickly use all of his chakra remaining to use a Shunshin to escape, while Shunshin is body flicker, so Sasuke would use a body flicker to body flicker away, trying to recover his chakra. As Naruto would then quickly move on forward, actually wanting a match with Sasuke once Sasuke recovers some of his chakra. As meanwhile with Hinata and Shino would be fighting in a standstill. Hinata not being able to get close to Shino, though managing to use 8 trigrams rotation. Though it had many openings in its form, Shino wasn't able to exploit them, so Shino couldn't really attack either. As Hinata would decide to go to the offensive, surprising Shino, as Shino would surround Hinata with bugs, but Hinata would quickly use a 8 palms to get a opening through them. As Shino was then used as a practice dummy, as Hinata would land 26 of the 32 palms this time. As Shino would then dissolve into bugs. As Hinata would then see herself surrounded by bugs. Below her, above her, beside her, in front of her, and behind her. She was completely and utterly surrounded. As Hinata would then use nearly all of her chakra to use the 8 trigrams rotation, deflecting all of them. As Hinata would jump into the air, using the remaining bits of her chakra to use a 8 trigrams air palm at Shino, who wasn't able to dodge and was hit, though Shino had enhanced himself with so much chakra that the hit barely did anything. Though Hinata would then appear behind Shino with pure speed. As Hinata would then, without any chakra though, use the 32 palms, this time landing 29 of them. The only 4 of them managed to close Tenketsu. As Shino was quickly defeated by Hinata. As multiple civilians began to surround Hinata, as Hinata, being tired and barely able to move, would still be able to push forward, as Hinata would easily manage to defeat 2 of them, as another 2 managed to get a hold of her, as one managed to punch her, which nearly knocked her out. But Hinata managed to break through the grasps after headbutting another civilian. As Hinata would kick one of them holding her, as she would then escape the hold and would use a 8 palms to get rid of one of them, and would then fight the last one in taijutsu, barely managing to win. As then Naruto would be seen surrounded by 20 civilians, as they would say, "Give up, Dobe, you can't defeat all of us." As Naruto would smirk, "You really think that? Let's see if your theory's true." As Naruto would decide to show off a bit, activating his fox shield, he would decide to use a bit of the Nine-Tails chakra, as the whole stadium became surrounded in malicious intent. As Naruto would say, in a demonic tone, "Oh, really? You really think you have me taken down? Let's see if you can handle this." As Naruto jumped into the air with his, fox shield. As Naruto would then fire a tailed beast bomb from his shield, destroying the whole battlefield. Though likely though luckily due to some timely interference from Hiruzen, the civilians survived. As Naruto sweat dropped and would say, sorry, OG's ramps. And then Hiruzen would say, Naruto, we'll have a talk after this about it. As Naruto would say, okay, old man. As Naruto was a bit creeped out of Hiruzen just having a poker face on, since Naruto was not used to a poker-faced Hiruzen. As Naruto would then go back down on the floor, deactivating his Fox Shield and Nine Tails chakra, as Naruto laughed a bit sheepishly and thought, well, I got carried away a bit. And Sasuke, having recovered most of his chakra, would then appear behind Naruto and would shoot the most powerful fire dragon he could. As Naruto would be caught off guard, no longer having his Fox Shield activated, Naruto would quickly think of something and would activate his shield prison shield, surrounding himself in a shield prison, blocking the flames, though the flames managed to burn through, though only hit him somewhat, not enough to give Naruto any burns though. Naruto would then flash step behind Sasuke and would quickly knock Sasuke to the ground, and Sasuke would then fire a lightning jutsu in the form of a lightning bolt towards Naruto, who then used his water style to use the flowing water fist to surround his fist in water, punching the lightning bolt. Though he took some damage, he managed to match the lightning bolt and punch through it. As Naruto would then use one of his water style ninjutsu called land skating, making the land Naruto's walking on somewhat like mud, allowing Naruto to move at faster speeds. As Naruto would then charge at Sasuke, who would be surprised at Naruto's increase of speed, but would then activate his two Tomoe Sharingan, and would use chakra to move at the same speeds as Naruto, as they began to fight in a taijutsu battle. Naruto switching between the sealed shield to block attacks, the bow to avoid and parry attacks, and the sword to counter and attack. While the sphere was mostly just something that kept minor balance, like no extra defense, but not much less defense. Also some more attack and speed, though not as much as the bow or sword would give. As Naruto would then appear behind Sasuke with his silent step, as Naruto would say, well, you did good, Sasuke, but you can't handle this. Water style, flowing water fists, as both of Naruto's hands were surrounded in water, as Naruto would deliver nearly 100 water punches that were surrounded in water, increasing their speed and power, as Sasuke would be knocked back through a wall, as Naruto would then use the silent step once more to appear behind Sasuke, as Naruto would punch Sasuke, but it would be punched through Sasuke, as Sasuke would dispel, as Naruto would realize something that was only a chakra clone, as Sasuke, with his one Tomoe Sharingan blazing, as Sasuke put nearly all of his chakra into making a chakra clone, Sasuke would appear behind Naruto, and Sasuke would use all of his chakra left, even using beyond all of his chakra and accidentally draining some nature energy into his most powerful lightning style, lightning fist, as a fist of lightning that was flickering between yellow and blue began to charge towards Naruto, as the yellow meant the lightning was going beyond the normal blue lightning, as Naruto was then punched by Sasuke, but Naruto had used the stone skin and prison shield to block the attack. Though Naruto took a hell lot of damage, Sasuke was knocked out by his own attack, by the pure exertion, while Naruto was not. As then, Naruto was surrounded by multiple civilians, while at the other corner of the stadium, Hinata gave up as she had no chakra left. One of her arms were too drained to even move, as Hinata let out a flare to give up, while Naruto was then alone with two civilians, as the two civilians would try to charge at Naruto, who simply sighed and would then say, "Really? After I defeated 20 of them, 2 of them still charge at me? Well, time to take them out." As Naruto would then quickly with 2 punches take both of them out, being declared the winner. As Hiruzen, Iruka, and the other tuning examiner, not Mizuki, began ranking them, they realized that Hinata would have defeated many of the civilians and managed to defeat Shino, who was actually not even drained from the fight with Sasuke due to absorbing Sasuke's chakra. So they would first put Naruto in first place, with Sasuke at a close second, as Sasuke would have proved that he had strategy. So let's put this in points. If Naruto was in first place with 100 points, Sasuke would have 99 points. As the limit of the points was 100 though. Like, come on. Even if Sasuke does use strategy, Naruto's just pure power could destroy Sasuke's strategy of regaining chakra, developing a new attack mid-battle. Taijutsu without chakra also being powerful. A close third place would be Kiba, with Hinata closely behind him, with Kiba being a 96 due to being able to adapt to the fire with Shikamaru, while Hinata being a 95 due to not being able to show many of her skills due to having to exert so much chakra, though also showing battle prowess by improving her Jayuken 32 palms in the middle of battle. As the other rankings just go like rankings. As Iruka would say, well, Hokage-sama, may I suggest a team? As Hiruzen would say, of course, Iruka, what's your suggestion of a team? As then, well, Iruka would say, Shikamaru, Ino, and Choji should be on a team due to the Ino Shikacho already proving to be a good strategy, while Hinata, Kiba, and Shino would form a good tracking team as Hiruzen would interrupt Iruka. Well, Hinata seems to be more battle-oriented, as Kurenai has been requesting Hinata. So if that were a team, Kurenai should be getting someone more Genjutsu orientated, as then Hiruzen would say teams would be discussed after. As after a long while, teams were discussed, as Hiruzen and everyone else in there realized that since there were only 8 or 7 that were actually powerful, more powerful than normal getting, like Kiba Nakamaru being one, Shino with his Kikaichu or bugs, along with Shikamaru and Choji due to strategy and brute force, Hinata with her Jayukin, then Sasuke and Naruto with their just overwhelming power. And Hiruzen would then decide that the teams would be randomized, though Naruto and Hinata would be placed together due to the fact that, well, Rookie of the Year, Kunoichi of the Year, that is kind of needed. Though they also made a point that one of them won't get a civilian, and a civilian would absolutely destroy the taijutsu assault and reconnaissance squad Naruto and Hinata would be able to form. So after the Ino Shikacho, they would put Kiba and Shino also in there. Well, along with Sasuke in just a paper having their names in a box, as one of them would be pulled out, and the one pulled out would be, drumroll please, Sasuke, as Sasuke would be pulled out, as Kiba and Shino would be paired with Sakura, with Kurenai, due to Kurenai being good at Genjutsu and Sakura supposedly having a affinity towards Genjutsu apparently. Never saw that coming. Though, then again, she didn't really learn Genjutsu, but if we really look at it, Sakura got defeated by probably a D-rank Genjutsu, so pretty sure she wouldn't be that good at it. Anyways, this will be the end of the video. The next part, Hiruzen and Naruto will have a little chat. And will Konohamaru just go in throwing a paper shuriken at Hiruzen? Will Naruto teach Konohamaru a new ninjutsu? Will it be the same one in the original anime? Or will it be something like elemental affinities, tree climbing, water walking? What will happen in the next part of What If Naruto Had the Power of the 4 Cardinal Heroes? Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe, so yeah. Peace out, and hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, since all it is clicking the like button and clicking the subscribe button. That is if you like my video. And yeah, peace out.